None other than Mr. Afroman.
Buckeye, yeah, and you know why.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man, what's going on with you, man?
Man, everything.
Man, you know, I was looking the other week, man, right? And I saw all this stuff online, like, you know, everybody's talking about Afroman running for president, right?
Right.
So I saw the platform, man. Your platform sound better than every motherfucker that done ran for president of the United States in the last 30 years.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I got that mandatory black agenda in my mind. You know, I got reparations for slavery and real police reform. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, like if a cop has any ties to, like, you know, white supremacy or, you know what I'm saying? I don't think any biased person should be a police officer. Not even homies, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
'Cause they might, you know, they pull you, they got a chip on their shoulder about something, and then, you know, It ain't gonna be fair. So I'm gonna put that in place. If I ever see them with a Confederate flag or they tied to some kind of white supremacist group, they don't serve and protect me, and they don't serve and protect, you know, the full population of America. So I don't want them on the force. And then, you know, if you a good cop and you ain't telling on a bad cop, as far as I'm concerned, you just as bad as the bad cop because you ain't saying nothing.
Oh, so you clean the house on everybody?
Oh, yeah, man, because, you know, the police have a lot of power, and they got access to our children. They got access to our loved ones. You know, we need to know how to act, but, you know, it ought to be something in place to make them obey the law they represent.
Yeah, for sure. What made you decide to up and run for president? Because you know what? At first, maybe 15 years ago, I'd have said, man, it's going to be hard. I don't know, man. But then Trump around and won that motherfucker. That changed the game.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think he was going to win either. I don't think nobody thought that motherfucker was going to win.
Man, I'm going to tell you something.
Maybe people just tired of the same old shit, you know. Probably feeling like, you know, since the motherfucker, you know, he wasn't no politician. And it was about money and business and shit. So, and then, you know, he was with that white agenda. So, you know, a lot of people put him in office because, you know, they knew he was going to push that all-white agenda.
Yeah, man, it ain't the man, it's the party and it's the policies.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I can put the policies up. I can put a cartoon up there. I'm like, this cartoon is going to give you your gun rights. He's going to build that wall. Well, everybody has stickers with that cartoon on it, you know, because that's you know, it's the policies. So I'm going to yell out all the policies I feel are right. And, you know, you never know how many people might agree with me.
Man,
I mean, it's always gonna be people that agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Especially from our side, dealing from what the we've had to deal with as far as being black in America, so to speak. So, but when it comes to, you know, pushing our agendas, like you said, it's still motherfucking states who don't want to legalize marijuana, which is the dumbest shit, you know, on the planet right now.
Right. Another thing, I think we need you got the Democrat and the Republican Party. We need a black party. You know, black party, reparations for slavery. You know, real police reform. You know, I'm thinking about studying and discussing a person not even being able to patrol a neighborhood unless they from that neighborhood. Like it ain't gonna be no mistaken identities. You know, that's Mrs. Parker's son, which employs more people, you know, from the community doing police work and everything.
Community policing.
There's a black agenda. You know, those are my two. I don't like asset forfeiture. For as I'm concerned, that's just robbery. You know what I'm saying? Cops pulled me over a few times and just, this is drug money, and just took my rap money. You know what I'm saying? And this, that, and the other. No more asset forfeiture. You know, everything that I feel is wrong with the police system, everything that we've experienced, that we don't want our sons, and the younger generation to experience that everything that's wrong, you know, I get in that position, I'm gonna try to fix it.
Yeah, it's been a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, so but we need a black political party. I think I seen one. It said our black party. I don't know, just in case, you know. But I gotta. If it ain't one invented already, we need to invent one. We need to put one together. You know what I mean? You know, I probably won't try to get too fancy with the title. You know, it ain't no clan or nothing. White people can be in the black political party if you got something to contribute to the benefit of black people in America under the circumstances we done been under. Then, you know, come on, join the party. You know, certain things need to be done to make stuff right. Come on in and help contribute.
For sure. You know what I have been seeing lately is that hip hop is a very powerful medium. Everybody, you know, and I think it always goes back and forth with country for the number one music in the world, number one genre in the world, because country and rap ain't too far off. It's pretty much the same stuff. If you listen to a country song, they talking about the same thing, except they talking about they truck, some bitches and alcohol.
Right.
You know, definitely. Rap, you know, money, weed, bitches, you know, it's the same shit, right? Talk about the same thing. So I think definitely, man, because you got a hell of a fan base, and that's what we go through. I don't know if you remember, but this actual facility right here, we partnered up with a cat named Big A. They used to have a spot in Compton called Underworld Records, right? And I remember way back, this is when I was a young guy, I still had a hairline back then, man. You know, he had told me, man, because me and him was messing around. I had a record store in Paramount. He was like, man, you got to get on this, man. It's a cat from out here from Palmdale, man. Afroman. And I used to always ask, we used to bump the tape, right? We used to bump the tape in the store down there. I'd be like, man, I used to ask about you, man, where Afroman at? He said, still, he'd go cut the fro off because he said he's going to get a job. He said one time he was talking about cutting the fro off. And then he told me you moved out of town.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, like some years go by later, you got the biggest motherfucking record in the world. Let's talk about that journey. Like, what happened between you coming from out here? Because I know you really from the hood.
Right.
You really from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So what happened from that point, man, where you was running around slinging the black and white tapes? It was a black and white album cover, right?
Yeah.
To you going out of town to Mississippi or somewhere and you just blowing up.
Man, I was, you know, after I dropped out of Palmdale High School, I was on my own. I was doing all right. I was slanging. I was maintaining. I had me a house in Compton, and the rent was like $900 a month. And like, I'm working at the airport. I'm slanging CDs, and I got a girl. She's supposed to be going half with me on the bill. You know, but right around the 20th, we always get into that coincidental fight.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then she go running back to her daddy's house, and then, you know, I get hit with the bills. My dad called me up. My dad had left California, and he got some property in Mississippi. And he was like, he bought this house way back before he brought us to South Central. He bought a house down there. And he was like, Joseph, he said, you out there, he was like, the cost of living in California is really high. He was like, you don't really know because you was born there and you ain't been nowhere to compare. He was just like, minimum wage in Mississippi is the same amount as minimum wage in California. The cost ain't high. He was like, my mortgage on my house is $150 a month. He was like, your rent is $900. And he just talked to me until he just talked to me into coming down there. He was like, you're going to have more money, blah, 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 if you just come to Mississippi.
And what part of Mississippi?
Hattiesburg.
Okay.
Then I realized that L.A. is an entertainment warehouse. L.A. entertains the world. You know, I was born here, you see people coming out of New York but I didn't understand like how much entertainment competition is here. I be out there trying to sell my CD. I pull out my CD. The dude I'm trying to slang it to pull out his. You know what I'm saying? and he'll want to swap, and his don't be as dope as mine. You know, I got the short end of the stick. No money and a whack CD. So, but when I went out of town, there was more consumers than entertainers. People didn't want to entertain; they wanted to be entertained. So the cost of living was lower, so they had more play money. They had more money to take chances with my CDs, as opposed to an LA cat, you know, giving me some smooth line, I'm cool, homie, you know, whoopty, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, like I say, it was LA entertaining the world, so demand was outside the state of California. That's what I didn't know, but when I got out there, you know, I was starting to get my tapes off way better. Yeah, so sure. saving money with the cost of living, more people spending with my CDs and everything. You know, boom, I came back to LA. I realized LA is where you come after you make it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but we was born here, so you know we try to make it out of here.
Exactly.
But what you need to do is get up out of LA, take a lap around the country, and then come back and pick your house.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes. If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average